I came from Dubai, and like everyone comes from Dubai, they tell you that things over there are a little different, you know? Only a little different. Over there in Dubai, people are driving, they follow the rules because they're afraid of the law. Over here, only a few people follow the rules. And if they did, not because they're afraid of the law, it's because they're afraid of each other. I mean, for God's sake, if you're driving, somebody hits you and run. In Dubai, if somebody hits you and run, it might take you a year to catch him. But thanks for cameras everywhere, they will take a snapshot, capture it in a few hours. Doha here is a small city. So, you know, if somebody hits you and run, it will eventually see him within a few hours. Probably in a traffic signal, and you tell him, hey, you scratched my car.
Why, when I make flashy? What is problem? Why? Where are you from?
You make me crazy when you do that.
I English very bad. But everyone understand question. France, they have nice street. You drive very slow. Okay? Because very small sometimes, little indicate, please, oh, bon appetit, whatever, French. Go ahead. Qatar, we have big street. We have one street, nobody use, too much lane. Why you go 60 when I am flashy? Big problem, it's big, we have too much late, please. This now flashy me. I have to go.
People drive white cars around here. Not all of them do that. It's usually because of the color. For the temperature in this country, it's very high, and the lighter the color is, the more to white it is, it's less absorbent to heat. They're pimping themselves. Girls see my car, or like I'm a playboy. Look at this kind of car. And some like they're ignorant in that area, and they just say, I want to show myself that I have this kind of personality. I'm not an open-minded, really. It's just I'm a free spirit. In that case, oh, I just want to do this. I'm against. I just want to take these kind of colors because they're unusual.
The traffic laws are like that of most other nations, and yet the way people drive is different to how it is in a lot of other places. So, you know, the law isn't really reflecting the attitudes of people using the roads.
रवना पोर्ट कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, कोई देख के चलाएगा तो अच्छे। फ्री टाइम नहीं है क्या? फ्री टाइम फ्राइडे फ्री टाइम मिलता है, तभी जाते हैं, उधर जाते हैं। ये फिक्र नहीं है कि देख के चलाएगा तो कोई फिक्र नहीं है, देख के चलाना चाहिए गाड़ी।
صار لي سنة حاليا، طبعا انضممت لجروب جلايدرز من حوالي تقريبا 8 شهور، طبعا هذه الدراجة تجمع مع الربع، نروح رحلات، أماكن نسافر فيها كل مكان. طبعا في أمور كثيرة، في مخاطر تلحق الدراجة مثلا الأحفر اللي في الشارع، ساعات لما يكون الجو ممطر فتكون السياقة بطريقة ثانية. غير هالشيء الأشياء الخطرة بعد اللي هو عدم انتباه السابقين لنا اللي هو سائقين السيارة. فلما السائق يجيك مثلا مش منتبه، أو لما يشوفك أو لما يبي يصورك فتلقاه يلف ينحرف صوبك. فهذه أشياء يعني تأثر علينا كسائقين للدراجات. أتمنى من الشباب يتعمقون في هالهواية ويبتعدون عن الأشياء الخطرة اللي تسبب لهم مشاكل كثيرة.
Where do I think everyone is going in such a hurry? I don't know, because if you're late, you're late. That's how I see it, you know. It doesn't matter if you're there 5 minutes late or 10 minutes or a half hour, you're late. So there's no reason to rush. People drive crazy because they don't care. I think they're not. They don't love their life, so they don't care about the people around them.
I actually got my license when I was in 12th grade, when I was studying here in Qatar in school, and I took about 3 months. My father signed me up with a learning school, and it was a disaster because I just don't feel like the person who taught me, he was very nice, but he didn't really teach me the proper way of driving. I think I had to depend on what I've learned when I sneaked out and stole the car, or when I used to drive in the desert and so forth. And so I think definitely the learning had to come from me, not from the person who was teaching me, and it was common sense. But I still remember one story that I can never forget. When I was at the roundabout, the teacher told me, imagine a roundabout as a war zone. Just try to get away from all the cars, because otherwise you're going to get hit. And I just always remember that story when I'm at a roundabout. And it's true, he described it perfectly. For boys, I think it's even more intense, because automatically when you reach the age of 16, you want to have a car, or you want to be able to get the permission of your parents or your father specifically to steal his car, or to borrow his car to go to the little supermarket next to the house. I think that's part of our culture here. Driving is essential to manhood, you know, and to growing up and to becoming an independent individual.
A lot of heavy traffic and a lot of car drivers and not a lot of mass transit. One thing is to have more mass transit that is attractive to people. Like right now, I wouldn't want to go on the buses because I would feel like I was the only woman on the bus.
I feel like there's a sort of bullying on the highway, which is not something that I've seen anywhere else. Being a mother, I have maybe grown more fearful of being on the highway and being in a safer area on the highway, because I have a 2-year-old sitting in the back seat. The people that drive in the left lane often feel the need to push the others off, even when you're going at the normal speed limit. I've been in a really bad car accident on a roundabout. I was stopped and I was waiting for people to, pass and waiting for my turn to be able to turn right. And another vehicle came and rammed into the back of my car and pushed me into the highway. Now there's an overflow on this highway, so the trucks coming from the other side can't see that I can't move. He hit me so hard that my car actually froze. It wouldn't start because it's a startup car with a button and it wouldn't move. And that was probably the most frightening accident I've ever been in. Just the fact that I'm not able to move and seeing all these cars coming towards me and not knowing if I should run out of the car or stay in the car. It's a scary situation. We once had a situation where we were driving on the highway, we were coming back from my mother-in-law's house, and it was evening, and we were about to go onto the highway, and there was a young man coming straight at the car, flashing his lights, and there was stop traffic in front of us. And it was not a very pleasant thing, it was very disturbing, and we actually rolled the window down and we told him to slow down, and out of curiosity we asked, "Where are you going?" And they're speechless when you ask them that question, because they're not going anywhere. They're just trying to, like Yusuf said, to try to go as fast as they can.
Unfortunately, I come from a Wasla era, so I got my license when I was 17, and I started training when I was 16. But it was back in the day where there was no systems in place, who you know, etc. But I was only allowed to drive to school and back. It's that age where you test your limits, though. And unfortunately, this is when accidents usually happen. Your hormones are all over the place. So you steal a car, you drive fast, etc. Yes, they do have the legitimate right to go crazy and reckless if it was supervised well. But unfortunately, we don't have this opportunity in Doha. You see neighboring countries where teenagers get to go enjoy their car on the track. That's not promoted here. So this is why people speed, especially people at a younger age.
You really want to know? Sometimes I make the driver sit in the passenger seat because he drives really slow and takes his time while I'm in a rush to go somewhere. I have a really big passion for driving, and sometimes me and our friends go cruising around Doha when we're like this bored and want to have some fun. There are many ways you can convince the driver of letting you drive, and one way is by paying them money. There are many other ways.
In my opinion, the majority of patients are here probably due to the overcrowding and the traffic that we have every day.
One of the boys that were racing just crossed the street and bumped him from the other side. Just skipped the whole street and went through his car. And he passed from that accident, that fateful accident.
مسكت وعي، السيارة كانت من قلبه، كان معي اخواني، عرفت ان القدم مبتور، لكن ما احزنني كثر لان طغى علي الفرحة لان اخواني كلهم بخير، ما احد يصيب بأذى، فما كانت هناك صدمة كبيرة عشان فقدان قدمي. جيت على المستشفى، كنت يعني نوبات تجيني فقدان الوعي. والعملية كانت عملية تركيب القدم، لكن فشلت العملية فاضطروا انهم يبتروا الساق. انا بعد استغراقي تقريبا 1.5 شهر في مستشفى حمد، بعد ما استقرت الحالة سافرت لألمانيا وسويت هناك الطرف الصناعي. بعدها رجعت الحمد لله طبيعي، ولكن رجعت للمركز هنا لأن السفر شوي متعب ويبي مدة كثيرة والدراسة ما تسمح والوقت والأعباء الحياة بعد نفس الشيء، هي خلتني أجي هنا عند رميلة. الأكيد أن السرعة هو السبب، لكن القدر قد كتب. الطرق في قطر كانت تقريبا فيها سلبيات، لكن الآن فيه أشياء إيجابية كثيرة، فيه طرق سريعة ما عاد نفس الأول قبل 5 سنوات 6 سنوات.
This is your life and other people's life. If you don't want your life, other people want their life. If you don't think about yourself, think about your family.